In today's video, I'm going to finally upgrade my Pedalboard's cheap and nasty Velcro with 3M Dual Lock. Now, I paid for this video is not sponsored. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and the straw that broke the camel's back was I hadn't used my pedalboard for a few weeks. I opened it up and 2 of the pedals had come loose from the Velcro that was fastened to the back of each of them. So it's time. I've been wanting to do this for ages. Pedals are expensive. You don't want them just, knocking into each other when they're in the car or you're transporting your pedalboard. So the time has finally come. Now this set me back just under 30 bucks for 3 feet, which is 90 centimeters. So I'm going to use this sparingly. I'll show you my pedalboard. I've been using this same pedal train mini now for, 7, 8 years. I don't know how long I've had it. I've had it a long time. The Velcro that has been on here has been generally fine, but it's also starting to come loose on the corners. So we're going to rip this off and use this sparingly, being that there's not much in here. And I'm going to show you how I do this as well. Now, it's all up to you if you prefer to do it in a different way or a different method, or if you want to use more Velcro, you can. But I sometimes interchange things as well, so I don't want to make it impossible to rip the pedals off the board. I should also point out, if you buy, say, 400 strength dual lock, removing the pedals off the pedal board, you're going to be in a world of pain. It's going to be much tougher to do. So 250 was the recommended, starting point. So we'll see how we go. All right, so let's rip off this original Velcro here. Oh, it looks brand new under here. Oh, wish I was still at the gym. There we go, one down, one to go. This one's starting to go all thready and weird on this side, so yeah, we'll get this off as well. What I like about this so far, there's no residue on here, which is going to make it easy to apply the new stuff. Ugh. Whew, done. Here's a look at the soft side of the Velcro that I actually put on the pedals. Most people put the sharp side on the pedals, but if I take them off and use them on the carpet, I don't want them sticking. So I've always done it in reverse here. But yeah, this stuff has got to go. Man, yeah, this stuff's just not great. Cool, brand new. Now, there's a couple of pedals that I'm 100% putting on, which is always the most important one. The tuner will go on the starting position, right to left. Then I've got the Royal Flush Plus, the new one, which I'm absolutely loving. I've still got the original, and that will be interchangeable with this one, is the whole idea here. So I'm going to need a few pieces for each of these two. Now, before the Royal Flush, I plan on using the Tubeklon, which is great. It's a valve version of the Klon. It feels and sounds a bit different. It's from Hageman, so I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put a modulation pedal here and a delay pedal. When it comes to the modulation effect, I've been using the Killer V from Crazy Tube Circuits. This is so good, but what I've noticed is if I'm carrying my pedal board with me and these controls get knocked, it takes me far longer to get it back to where I like it compared with the VS Audio Vibler that I've been using for probably 6 or 7 years. So I'm going to go back to the Vibler. But again, it's a great pedal. My delay pedal will most likely be this, but I'm on the fence about the Prisoner, which I've been loving both of these pedals. This one's a tape delay. This one's an analog and tape delay. So very similar, but both are extremely musical. All right, so I found my backup Vibler. The reason I'm using this one is because this button that's on the front here, which changes kind of like the mode, is stuck in the down position on the other one. So yeah, I'm gonna go over to this one and get that fixed at some point. If I haven't opened it up yet, I could probably fix it myself, but anyway, we're gonna stick this one on. Now, I'm also gonna take this alcohol wipe here and just give the pedal board a bit of a once over here, clean it up. Just make sure there's nothing sticky on there. It feels 100% fine. Dry it off. It'll dry quickly anyway, but I'm impatient. I want my board ready for tomorrow. There's a couple of ways I could do this. I could run, say, a strip along the bottom and a strip along the top, or I can just do little squares, and the little squares option is the way that I'm going to do it. I watched a few videos on this, and it feels like this is the best way because you're going to have a smaller surface area on the pedal, which means if I need to take them off, it's going to be easier than having 2 large surface areas completely adhese to each other. Now, some might argue that it might be less stable that way, but I'm going to try it. If it doesn't work, I've just blown my money. Let's open this stuff up and take a look. My friend Dr. Rick's been giving me grief about not getting this good Velcro for years. I finally did it. Ooh, whew, it smells like wetsuits. That's always good. All right. Oh man, yeah, the quality is crazy. It's way better. So both sides look like, how am I going to do this? So both sides look like that. Yeah, very different to the other type of Velcro. All right, let's start with the tuner. Let's get the groin shot back. Now the reason I'm cutting it at the length and then in half is because all I'm going to do is use this much on each pedal essentially. So I'm going to cut this in half again, put it in the corners, cut that in half again, and put it in the corners. Yeah, wow. Okay. This stuff's crazy. Now, I don't know if it matters which way you put the grain of this, so I'm just going to fiddle around here. Yeah, I don't think it matters. I'm just going to run it all vertically. All right, so that looks pretty good. Now, one thing you're not going to see happen on this channel is a new pedalboard build for this year video, because I love the stuff I've got. If that wasn't blatantly obvious already, I've been using the same gear for such a long time, and yeah, there's no reason to swap when stuff works, so I doubt I'll ever do one of those videos. All right, let's get the next one. This particular pedal's the one that I will change the most on my board. I always use a Royal Flush, but the boost can sometimes change depending on if I'm using someone else's amp or if I'm using my own gear. But I love the sound of this. It is really cool. I actually put this together from a kit. If you want to learn more about that, I'll link that video down in the description. Cool, man. Great. And when I first started this project, I thought for sure I wouldn't have enough Velcro. There's heaps. I am using this sparingly. If I feel like at some point I'm not using enough, I can always add some more to both the board and the pedals. But yeah, it's my first time doing this, so I'll give it a shot. At least with this Velcro, I should say. Not first time ever. It's like my... I'm always messing around with this stuff. Probably should have done this on the last one. I actually put the Velcro, I think, over the screw holes. Probably not the best move, but yeah, anyway. It ain't pretty, but she's good. All right, that's it. All done. Now the fun part starts. So I'm going to work out exactly how much of this I need per pedal. And we're going to stick this lightly onto the back of each, like a strip across here or something like that. I'll plonk it down, take it off, seal it, push it back down, or secure it, I should say. Okay. What I'm going to do now is just basically cut sections that are long enough like this to cover both parts of the Velcro on the back. I'm going to leave the strip on the back on for now because I just want to make sure everything's in the right spot before I stick it down. Let's do it. All right, so that one's good. I forgot this guy. Far out. This is the only one where I think that I'm directly sticking over a sticker, but it is what it is. I actually made these ones. These are going on the board. I actually made them a little bit too fat, so I can actually save quite a bit of Velcro here by shortening these out. Yeah, that's better. Perfect. All right. Alrighty, so that took forever. All right, so I know roughly, I just need a little bit of space between these for some of the cabling and stuff, but otherwise I think we're good. So my first attempt, I used these big long pieces for the tuner. This was absolute overkill. I didn't need to do this. I could have just got away with doing it like that instead, but yeah, it is what it is. I've got to work within the railing system here too. So I was kind of like looking at the rails, how wide the piece should be. I didn't have that one stuck on. And then, yeah, I was kind of working like that. So, yeah, anyway, so that's those 2, 3, 4. So this is why you've got to make sure. I might not have enough room. I've just put this guy on, so let's have a look. Oh, yeah, we should be okay. These are all top-mounted pedals except for the tuner and this guy. So the patch cable has to go in between, as does the pedal power on this one. I'm almost wondering if I should change this with my smaller pedal. Yeah. You know what? Let's have a look. Before I commit here, I just want to make sure I've got all of this in a way that's looking like it's going to work when it comes to the power. This next one goes under. Yeah, damn. It's right on the edge. It's a whole lot of space in here, which I don't love, which means the Royal Flush has got way too much room. I think that's going to work. I mean, I'm borderline right on the edge here. Ah, damn it. I think I'm going to have to go back to my other pedal. So the clone I've been using forever, which I still really love this one. This is the Shelly Ponyboy. This is going to make getting everything on the pedal board a lot easier for now. And maybe I'll put the Hageman on the other board. They're basically the same thing. This one obviously doesn't have a valve inside it, but yeah, I've had this for a long time. These are made in the US at the time. Well, roughly, I think they're probably still under 150 bucks. I think these are the best value clones out there. So yeah, let's see if we can get this off. This will just free up the space on the board. Yeah, that's so much better. All right, I'm back to the Ponyboy. That's just going to make life a lot easier. Let's do it. These are great, by the way. Killer pedal. It's a Boss tuner. It'll be all right. Bulletproof. Now, the good thing about using this good Velcro on the pedals is if I upgrade my board and get a larger one, which might be on the cards at some point, then I still got the good Velcro on the pedals. All I need to do is replace the stuff on the board and just put some strips down. So that's great. It means I don't have to buy, you know, whole rolls of Velcro or anything again. I've already got the good stuff. And it should stay on there as long as I want it to stay on there. Yeah, I'm going to have to get the other cleaner out for this one. It's too much gunk. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. So this is the stuff I was talking about. This gets all the sticky stuff off the back. It smells like someone just blended 1,000 oranges in a room, but stuff works amazing. So now I'm just using a paper towel with this stuff. Yeah, that stuff's great. It does still take a bit of elbow grease to get it to come off, but yeah, look at that. Much, much better. Awesome. It's good. I get to clean my pedals again. It looks almost brand new, and I've had this for probably 6-7 years. Now, remember earlier I said I had a couple of these like random bits? We're using the random bits. That's it. So yeah, I want to make sure I got this right. So I'm just going to do the same thing here, work out exactly where these need to go, how long they can be, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm literally just eyeballing this. I've got enough of this stuff left now where it's going to be fine. For this pedal, considering it's as light as it is, what I'm just going to do here is just make the reverse side, or the part that sticks to the board, essentially the same size. This pedal weighs next to nothing. It's slightly longer, but I think we're going to be good. Yep, that's going to be fine. Again, if this was a heavy pedal or something like that, in terms of weight, I'd be more concerned, but I think that's going to be fine. So after doing all the little strips here for the pedals and for the board, so the part that sticks onto the board, this bit, I've got this much left after 3 feet. So yeah, this would be the minimum I would recommend. Some might say I've probably underdone this, but I'm happy enough with it. And I think as long as it sticks, we're in business. So let's set it all up again. Now that I've got more space here, this is going to be great. I can have everything separated just enough for the cabling to be easy. All that kind of stuff. Delay now can sit, you know, without going over the join. So that's cool. Beautiful. And my flying tuna, if you didn't see that before. Man, the boss stuff, it's like invincible. There's going to be a couple of things left after the zombie apocalypse. It'll be boss pedals and cockroaches. All right, I like it a lot. That looks spot on. Awesome. I'm going to start with this guy. So what I'm going to do now is work my way sort of from the middle. I'm going to take off all these little stickies. And remember, I haven't stuck these down that hard. Or maybe some of them I have. Not intentionally. Oh, no. It'll be all right. All right, so what I'm going to do is make sure... I know you can't see this, but I'm just lining it up. All right, so there you go. So that's perfect. That's exactly what I want to happen. So I've just got them stuck in exactly the right spot for the pedal. That looks great. Obviously, these are still stuck. They're not going anywhere. I'm just going to do the same with each of them here, one at a time. And again, if you do plan on doing this, just do the first. Just do it nice and soft when you click the other side in. You just don't want to rip anything off straight away. It's probably a good idea just to leave that near there, so I make sure I get it right. You know what? I've just decided to basically click them into place as I go. It just seems like I'm wasting more time. I don't need to stress about it this much. Man, it really clunks into place, this stuff. It's unbelievable. It's nothing like the experience with the standard Velcro. So yeah, whether that's a good thing or not is yet to be seen, but it like snaps in with a hard clunk. So yeah, I was just basically putting these down and then making sure everything was where I wanted it to be, but it was a bit redundant because I already did all of this, so I'm just going to click it in. All right, clicks in beautifully. Now, if you're wondering what cables I use a hodgepodge of stuff I've collected over the years. This is a Rockboard one. We've got... what brand was this again? I think these are Covenant cables from memory. I've got Rattlesnake patch cables and another Rockboard one. These ones are great, man. I love these little sort of really thin patch cables. These are just really great for doing pedalboard sort of setups. All right, looks good. Looks pretty good. When it comes to the power connectors, I just use any old brand. This is just some cheapie that I've had for years, and it works. I always leave one off to the edge for the wah pedal, and then they basically just go through however works here. You know, some people will do the whole cable management thing. I'm not going to like hard lock any of these power cables down because I do change pedals from time to time. So the easier, like as long as the main pedals are sturdy, then I'm pretty happy, which they are. Oh, I didn't leave enough room. Well, there you go. So I stuffed up. I forgot. There's a power cable on the side of the vibler. Woo! All right. Yeah, I stuffed up. I'm just going to have to move this last pedal across. Ugh. Oh, man. Yeah, once you get this on, you don't want to come off. All right. So there it is. That's the board complete. I've still got about that much left, just in case I need to fix any of the bits that I kind of stuffed up or whatever. In hindsight, I kind of wish now I had laid more Velcro on the board. Not completely like all the way across it or anything, but just a little bit more might have been good in case you stuff up the positioning like I did with this video. So you had to move this guy across and this guy across a little bit, but the rest of them are pretty much perfect. And the way I can tell is by looking at, it's probably a bit hard to see, but the Velcro, you can see both sides of the Velcro if you look under here, kind of. So they're all aligned perfectly, except for the fact I didn't take into account the VS Audio side power socket, which, yeah, I don't love it, but I love the pedal enough that it's a small price to pay for a great pedal. So yeah, there we go. Obviously, when you do something like this, there's a million different ways to do it. Some people like to use all matching cables and all that kind of stuff. I don't care, I'm a tight ass. I just use what I got. And if one of these cables breaks, I'll grab another one that's mismatched. And you know, the power cables aren't anything that I need to secure down. There's just no point for what I do. So yeah, I'm more than happy with this. This is going to be great. I get to use this tomorrow night as of shooting this particular video. And yeah, I can't wait to test it out. It actually feels very secure. I don't think this is going to go anywhere. It'd be funny if they just all fell off. But yeah, there we go. Pedalboard complete. Cheers.